Hey there, folks! Welcome to our cozy corner where we unravel the mysteries of human behavior and the quirky ways our minds work. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as fascinating as it is fun: reverse psychology. Whether you've heard the term tossed around at a dinner party or seen it play out in your favorite sitcom, reverse psychology is one of those concepts that pops up more often than you might think. So, what exactly is reverse psychology? At its core, it's a clever little trick where you try to get someone to do what you want, by telling them to do the opposite. Sounds a bit sneaky, right? But it's actually rooted in some pretty interesting psychology about how we react to being told what to do. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how, when someone tells you not to do something, it suddenly becomes way more tempting? It's like that old saying, you always want what you can't have. This is a classic example of reverse psychology at work. The forbidden fruit just seems sweeter, doesn't it? Basically, you encourage someone to do something by suggesting they do the opposite. It's a playful, sometimes even artful way of influencing behavior. Instead of pushing someone directly, you plant a little seed of curiosity or rebellion and let their own mind do the rest. Why does this work? Well, it's all about understanding that sometimes people dig in their heels when they feel pressured. We all have a natural desire for independence and control over our choices. When someone tries to take that away, even with the best intentions, our instinct is often to push back. That's where reverse psychology comes in. It's a sly way of nudging someone in the right direction without them even realizing it. Instead of telling someone what to do, you give them the freedom to make their own choice, while gently steering them toward the outcome you hope for. It's kind of like being a shepherd herding sheep. You don't force them down the path, you guide them, sometimes with a nudge here or a gentle suggestion there. The sheep think they're choosing their own way, but really, you're helping them find the safest route. You don't push them directly, you just gently guide them where you want them to go. It's all about subtlety and understanding how people tick. Sometimes the softest touch is the most effective. Now before you go thinking this is about tricking people or being manipulative, hold your horses. Reverse psychology isn't about pulling the wool over anyone's eyes or getting your way at any cost. It's about understanding human nature and sometimes using that knowledge to help, not to harm. We're talking about using this technique for good, to help folks make better choices, to encourage positive behavior, and to improve your relationships. Whether you're a parent trying to get your child to eat their veggies, a friend helping someone make a tough decision, or just looking to understand yourself a little better, reverse psychology can be a powerful tool. So, buckle up, and let's dive into the fascinating world of reverse psychology. By the end of this journey, you'll not only understand how it works, but you'll also have a few tricks up your sleeve to use in everyday life. Get ready to see the world, and your own choices, in a whole new light. You see folks, we humans are funny creatures. Tell us we can't have something and suddenly it's all we want. That's called reactance. It's that knee-jerk reaction to resist when we feel controlled. Reverse psychology plays on this natural instinct. By suggesting the opposite of what you want, you're actually making the desired action more appealing. It's like holding a magnet close to a compass. The needle wants to point the other way. Think about it. Have you ever told your kids not to touch a cookie jar, only to find them sneaking a treat later? That's reverse psychology in action. The more you forbid something, the more desirable it becomes. Reverse psychology isn't just for kids, folks. In fact, it's a surprisingly powerful tool that can be used in everyday adult life, often with results that are both effective and, sometimes, a little bit amusing. We tend to think of reverse psychology as something parents use to get their children to eat vegetables or clean their rooms, but the truth is, it's a subtle art that can be applied in all sorts of grown-up scenarios. Whether you're navigating friendships, relationships, or even professional environments, reverse psychology can help you nudge people in the direction you want, without ever coming across as pushy or controlling. It's about planting a seed of curiosity or challenge and letting human nature do the rest. People are naturally drawn to prove themselves, to show they can do what others think they can't, or to make their own choices rather than being told what to do. Imagine you're trying to get your partner to try a new restaurant. Instead of insisting, you could casually mention that you're not sure if they'd like it, it's probably too adventurous. Suddenly they're intrigued and ready to prove you wrong. This works because, deep down, most of us want to feel adventurous and open-minded. By suggesting that something might be too much for them, you're actually inviting them to step up and show you otherwise. It's a gentle nudge that appeals to their sense of independence and curiosity, rather than making them feel pressured or cornered. Or let's say you're a teacher trying to get your students excited about a history project. You could tell them it's a very challenging assignment only for the most dedicated students. Watch those hands shoot up as they clamor to prove their mettle. This approach taps into students' desire to stand out and be recognized for their effort. By framing the project as something exclusive or difficult, you're turning it into a badge of honor. Something they want to be a part of, rather than something they have to do. From getting your roommate to do the dishes to motivating your team at work, a little reverse psychology can go a long way. Maybe you mention that the dishes are piling up and you're not sure anyone has the energy to tackle them tonight. Suddenly, your roommate is rolling up their sleeves, eager to prove you wrong. Or in the workplace, you might suggest that a particular project is so ambitious, it might be out of reach for your team. More often than not, you'll see people rise to the challenge, determined to show what they're capable of. Just remember, it's all about understanding what makes people tick and using that knowledge ethically. Reverse psychology isn't about manipulation or trickery, it's about respecting people's autonomy and giving them the space to make their own choices, even as you gently guide them in a certain direction. When used thoughtfully, it can strengthen relationships, build trust, and help everyone feel more empowered in their decisions. So next time you're faced with a stubborn friend, a hesitant coworker, or even your own reluctance, try a little reverse psychology. You might be surprised at just how effective and fun it can be. Now before you go all Jedi Master on everyone, let's talk about using reverse psychology for good. It's easy to get caught up in the cleverness of influencing others, but there's a big difference between using these techniques ethically and simply manipulating people for your own benefit. So let's dive into how you can use reverse psychology in a way that's both responsible and genuinely helpful to those around you. The key here is to make sure your intentions are pure. Ask yourself, are you trying to help someone grow, or are you just trying to get your way? Ethical reverse psychology is all about supporting others, not controlling them. It's about encouraging people to make choices that are in their best interest, even if they need a little nudge to get there. This isn't about manipulating or tricking people. It's not about making someone feel small or doubting themselves just so you can feel powerful. Instead, it's about building trust and showing that you care about their well-being. When you use reverse psychology ethically, you're actually empowering others to make their own decisions and discover their own strengths. It's about guiding them towards a positive outcome. Think of yourself as a mentor or a supportive friend, not a puppet master. Sometimes people need to be challenged in order to realize what they're truly capable of. By gently questioning their doubts or hesitations, you can help them see their own potential and inspire them to take action. Think of it like this: you're not trying to win a battle, you're trying to win the game. Life isn't about one-upping your friends or family, it's about helping everyone reach their goals. When you use reverse psychology with kindness and patience, you're playing the long game. You're helping others build confidence and resilience, which benefits everyone in the end. And the best way to do that is to be subtle, strategic, and always have the other person's best interests at heart. Listen carefully to what they're saying and pay attention to their feelings. Sometimes, the most effective way to encourage someone is to let them come to their own conclusions, rather than pushing them directly. Subtlety is your friend here. Gentle suggestions and thoughtful questions can go a long way. For example, let's say your friend is stuck in a rut and needs a push to pursue their passion. Maybe they've always wanted to start painting, write a book, or launch a new business, but they're held back by self-doubt or fear of failure. You know they have the talent and drive, but they just can't seem to take that first step. Instead of telling them what to do, you could express doubt like, "Are you sure you're cut out for that?" This isn't about discouraging them, it's about sparking their inner motivation. Sometimes, when people hear a little skepticism, it lights a fire inside them. They want to prove you wrong, not because you're against them, but because deep down, they know they can do it. It takes a lot of guts. Challenging someone in this way requires sensitivity and respect. You have to know your friend well enough to understand how they'll react. The goal isn't to make them feel bad, but to help them realize their own strength and determination. When done right, this approach can be incredibly empowering. Your friend, determined to prove you wrong, might just find the courage to go for it. And when they do, you'll both know that your gentle nudge made a real difference. Remember, ethical reverse psychology is about encouragement, not control. It's about helping others unlock their potential and supporting them as they chase their dreams. So, use your powers wisely and always lead with empathy and integrity. Now, as with any powerful tool, there are times when reverse psychology can backfire. If used too often, people might catch on and start to resent it. It's like that old saying, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." You also need to be careful about the situations in which you use it. Reverse psychology can be particularly tricky in romantic relationships. It's one thing to use it to get your partner to try a new restaurant, it's another thing entirely to use it to try and change their fundamental beliefs or values. Remember, honesty and open communication are the foundation of any strong relationship. If you're constantly resorting to reverse psychology, it might be a sign that you need to work on your communication skills. At the end of the day, folks, reverse psychology is just one tool in your communication toolbox. It can be effective, but it's not a magic bullet. The real key to influencing others is to build strong, trusting relationships based on honesty, respect, and empathy. When you approach situations with genuine care and concern, you'll find that people are more likely to listen to you and be open to your suggestions. So go forth and use your newfound knowledge of reverse psychology wisely. Remember, folks, the goal isn't to manipulate or control others. It's about understanding human nature and using that knowledge to create positive change. And who knows, you might even learn a thing or two about yourself along the way. Now go on and spread the love.